All right, today our grammar lesson is focusing on changing Y to I. So you add S or ES to most singular nouns to form regular plural nouns. Remember that plural means more than one, okay? If a noun ends with a consonant and Y, change the Y to an I and add ES to form the plural. Now, you might be having some trouble remembering what is a consonant. So the easiest way to know what a consonant is to know what your vowels are. Your vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Those are your 5 vowels. Any other letter in the alphabet is a consonant. So if one of these letters are before the Y, we don't change the Y to an I, we just simply add an S. If there's any other letter except for these right here, then we change the Y to an I and we add ES. So for example, you have one city. That means it's singular, we don't need anything. But if we have 2 cities, because it's a consonant T before the Y, we change that Y to an I and we add ES. An ability. Many abilities. Again, we have a T before the Y. T is a consonant, so we change that Y to an I and we add ES. A red cherry. You only have one. If you have a whole bowl of cherries, that means you have more than one and it's plural. We have an R before the Y, so we have that consonant, so you change the Y to an I and you add ES. Down here, let's do some together. All right. The team had many blank about the game, so we need to make worry plural. We have a consonant R before the Y, so we're going to change that Y to an I and add ES. So we're going to do WORR, change that Y, and then add ES. So it becomes worries. Number 2, the players had a snack of blank before the game. We have the word berry. We have an R before the Y, so that's a consonant. In order to make it plural, we are going to change that Y to an I and add ES. Number 3, many blank came to the game. Family, we have an L before the Y. L is a consonant, so again, we're going to change that Y to an I. So we're going to have families. After the game, they will go to parties, is what we should change this to. T is a consonant, so we're going to change that I or that Y to an I and add a S. All right. Players came from many countries. R is before the Y, so we'll change that Y to an I and add ES because of that R being a consonant. And the last one. Newspaper reporters wrote blank about the game. They wrote stories. Again, we have an R before the Y, and we know that R is a consonant because it's not A, E, I, O, or U. So we're going to change that Y to an I and add ES.